Hey everyone, so recently I just played through Dispatch, obviously one of my favorite games of 2025, and there's just one song in particular from that game called Radio by Bershy, and I just wanted to make a cover of that. So today we'll be going through all the steps I'm going to take to make a cover of this song. Let's go. So here in our Ableton project, I already know the song is in 132 BPM, so I'm going to change my metronome to that, not that number. 132. And I know it starts off with a drum loop, pretty basic 4 on the floor kick and snare. So we're gonna make that real quick. Let me just get reference from Spotify. I already have a template from previous projects I'm gonna start off of, and then I will go from there. One thing I know I have to find is open hi-hat sound, kind of that sizzle sound. So I'm gonna look for that right now. I think I might just use this as my hi-hat groove. Here we go. As for the kick and the snare, let's make that real quick. I know I want to layer that, each kick, each snare, so let's do that. So I know I kind of want to mix these two. We'll adjust the volume of each after the fact, but I know I just want that all here. And then the snare. Also double those and just mess around with the volumes after the fact. Okay, so this is our analog type sounding drum, which will be the high frequency of our kicks, and then this will be more of our sub bass frequency. So I kind of want a little more hi-hat on this kind of kick, so I'm going to turn that a little up. And then as for the sub, I might keep it there. I think I might turn it down a little bit. It is a little strong. And as for our snares, it has a lot of reverb with that snare verb. Where is it? That one? So I want this to come through a little more. So I will also turn this up and then turn that verb one down. A little better. Now that we have a foundation for our kick and drum for the whole song, because I'm pretty sure it's just that the whole entire song. We have to focus on the hi-hats now. So we want to cut this part and start on a hi-hat groove. So this has to come on the offbeat. So I'm going to have to basically cut this out, put this here, and make this a little shorter. And then that'll be our hi-hat groove for the whole entire song. So let me quantize all of these real quick. And then I will copy and paste it basically to the whole song. That's good. We'll just split this here, copy it, and drop that in. And we'll keep this, edit the quantizing of each of these, but after that I think it should be good. And then this, I just gotta copy this over again. But this, I'm gonna quantize it real quick, split this up. This stays like here, and this pushed a little more back. So let's see, let's hear it together. Pretty sure I need to change some of the volume after this, but here we go. Pretty sure the next part is a synth. It sounds like it's in the key of C. We're gonna find out. Okay, let's quantize that, make that legato. Ooh, big 80 synth right there. I think there's a small kind of harp in the background. Let me listen to it real quick. Let's see if it'll work with this one. Just up the octave on this. Trust me, it won't sound like this in the final. I might use 2 different synths, one for the initial hit and one for the kind of verby out thingy. What chord? I think I'm playing the wrong chord, that's why. So initially I thought it was E minor. I might just look up the chord. I think I'm playing the chords wrong. We'll need the bass. Hope that's the right notes. Is this really the right chords? Let's see. Let's just do it ourselves and hopefully this is correct. I think it's because we're using the wrong notes. It should just be the power chord. So the 5th, I think. And then I think this essentially goes to the chorus, right? Yeah. Okay, so there's a tambourine in this, so gotta find that. What the heck is AGR?
Good question, Liam. So essentially an AGR file or Ableton Groove file contains MIDI information regarding timing and feel, such as swing or human variation when playing instruments live, and this can be applied to both audio and MIDI clips inside of your Ableton project. The more you know.
I'm going to make this a little higher pitched. Oh, I'm just gonna make this an instrument and just use this as the, okay. Wood block, I know that's an instrument in here. Pitch it up, let's try 2. Maybe 1. Okay, 1, and then put an auto pan on it so that it goes left and right. Could I do here, doing that in the song? Let's make this a D instead of the C, and then have this come down too. Let's take these out. Just have the chords come through. This same kind of deal, have this not stuck to the grid, but have this come through as that arpeggiated thing. And I know at this part it's bum, 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 bum with the K. Finish the chorus. I think I'm gonna add crash here. Pan left and right. I already panned this previously from other projects, so I'm just gonna alter the volume. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be loud, so I'm gonna just take it down. I'm pretty sure I can reuse the synth and just play the chords from there. These 4 back here, take these back there, take these back there, and then for the whole thing, I'm gonna do legato. Back to the verse. I'm pretty sure it does it. It's the same exact thing. I'm just gonna copy this. Same exact rhythm, same exact structure, same exact instruments. So let's do that real quick. There's a guitar in there, so I'll add that after. All right, here we go. After quantizing everything, this is what it sounds like so far. I think we're gonna just do something basic here. EQ, compressor, and then some effects to make it a little better than that. EQ that, take out some of the mids, boost the highs, take down some of the lows. Compressor, make sure it's the same volume as when we first started. Got some chorus to it. Let's add some reverb. Let's use Valhalla for that. Okay, turn this down a little more. Let's focus on the bridge so we can get the majority of the song done for now. Let's just copy this over. It should basically be the same thing. Turn up the mids a little bit. And then note there's bass in this part. And let's add more later. I'll see you next day.
We're back on day 2, listening to the song a lot today, and I just did not like how this was sounding right now. It's just, it could feel a little more full. So I think I'm gonna add another synth on top of that. Hopefully that fixes the issue. I forgot I did not have my mic attached to me, so I'm gonna add that right now.
We are back. Let's record some guitar. I know in the last part, she does a higher version of that. Dun, 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 dun. So let's do that real quick. Let's see how that sounds. Quantize this though. Then let's see how it sounds in context. Cool, okay, that's good. I realize they're playing offbeat on the hi-hats. Bro. So I just need to move everything slightly. There we go, that sounds better. Vocal time. Now every day's a celebration and I wanna say. Let's just record the rest of the song real quick. I know there's a bunch of layers.
5 hours later.
I think that's it. Aside from small changes to like the instrumentals of the songs, and obviously putting my vocal chain on every single recording for the vocals, I think that's basically everything we need to record. I'm gonna get back to you day 3. We will edit the rest of these vocals. Hey everyone, we're back, and I'm a little sick right now, so if I sound weird, that is why. I just came back from vacation, so day whatever now, probably 4 or 5. So in that time, I did change a lot about the song. I did process all the vocals. In terms of the synths, I finally figured it out. I used Contact 8, which is a plugin from Native Instruments, and they have this instrument called Analog Dreams, which has a bunch of 80s sounding effects, 80s sounding synths, and I just spanned a bunch of the presets as a synths and the bass for this song. So on the pre-chorus, I have this now. This is the bass. Actually, this is the bass for the whole song. Okay, cool. And on top of that, I have... They also have other plugins other than Analog Dreams. In this case, I'm using Hybrid Keys, and I used the Jet Skis preset. And so on top of that, I also have a couple others, like the original synth I had, which was this. And then I have this synth on top of that, another Analog Dreams one. I finally found that 80s style, like brass synth sound effect. All in all, it sounds like this for the instruments. So much better. And on the chorus, I added kind of like choir ahs that sound like this. I'm pretty sure these are all perfect fifths, and on top of that, I processed all the vocals, so that sounds like this for that part.
And now you're in my eye range, I'm gunning for you. You changed my heart in a big way. Now every day's a celebration and I wanna say.
So they all essentially are the same kind of vocal chain. I basically created this preset which has EQs, a de-esser, a compressor. This delay is for like a different kind of effect, but I usually have it off. Valhalla Supermassive as my reverb. I do 2 stacks, 1 dry, 1 verb, so I can dial in how much reverb I have per track. And then utility to boost up the volume and limiter so that it doesn't clip. And then in terms of the stacks, it's just essentially panning left and right. Anything on the lower register, like this bottom one right here, I think.
You changed my heart in a big way.
Usually in the center. And then if there's multiple voices that are higher register, it goes left and right. And then, so it sounds like there's a lot more voices than there are. So with everything in the chorus too.
And that is everything I did to make the cover of Radio. So this is the first video I'm doing in a while, and I hope you enjoyed and liked what I just made. I'll catch you in a couple weeks. I'll drop the full cover then, and I look forward to making a lot more of these this year. So see you in the next one. Peace.